Hello and welcome to another one of our Photoshop tutorials. Today we're going to be going over how to create this dual tone effect. If you're new to our channel, please be sure to click on the subscribe button. If you enjoyed this video, please like and share it. Let's get started. Okay guys, so the first thing we're going to do is open up your subject image. If you would like to work with this image, we have already cut it out from the background and there'll be a PNG available for download in the description. The first thing we'd like to do is desaturate our image. So we're going to add an adjustment layer to do that, and I'll go into my adjustment layer icon at the bottom of the layers panel and we're going to select black white. So now that we have desaturated our image, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add a levels adjustment. So I go back into my adjustment layer icon at the bottom of the layers panel and we're going to select levels. I'm going to drag my midtones over to the right a bit and my highlights over to the left. I'm just going to keep working. I'll drag that over a bit there. I think that looks good there. So I have my shadows at 0, my midtones at 0.75, and my highlights at 233. I'll X out of here. Next, we're going to add 2 solid color adjustment layers. So the first solid color adjustment layer that we'll add, I'll select solid color up here. We're going to add a red color, so we're going to go with FF0000. We'll select OK. Next, I'm going to add one more solid color adjustment layer, and we're going to make this one 172 C5A. We'll click OK. On your red, a color adjustment layer, we're going to set this blend mode to multiply, and on your blue solid color adjustment layer, we're going to set this to lighten. I'm going to change my opacity to 80% on the blue adjustment layer, and my opacity on the red adjustment layer, I'm going to bring that down to 75%. The next thing we're going to do is add some text to our image. So I'm going to select my text tool. The font I'm using today is Minion Pro. And I also have it on medium bold. So if you can select that in your character panel, Minion Pro and medium bold. I'll click on my document and we're going to type in all caps. I'm putting classic, but feel free to type whatever you like. I'll press Ctrl T so I can scale out my image. I just want to add that when I typed in this text, my tracking was at 200. So you want to make sure that your tracking is a bit higher because it'll give it a more effective look. So I'll just drag that out right there. I'll click OK. And I'm going to type in some text at the bottom here. Okay, relative inspiration. And I'm gonna just add that here, maybe scale it up a bit too. There we go. I think that looks good right there. And the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add a background color. So we don't want our background to be red. We're gonna actually start clipping our layers, creating clipping masks so that the tones are only on our model here. So to do this, I'm gonna hover between the layers. There's 2 ways to do this. You can either hover between the layers and hold the Alt key to clip down onto the model layer, or you can right click on the layer and create a clipping mask. So I'll right click, create clipping mask, and I'll right click on here and create clipping mask. I'm gonna bring this layer below here and again right click and create clipping mask. We want our text at the very top because it's going to be above all of our layers here. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to select another solid color adjustment layer, and the color we're going to use here is 33CCC. C. So that's 3 and 4 C's to get this color that we have here, and we're going to bring this below our model. Okay, so we're starting to get the effect. Now we're just going to add some elements to sort of make the image pop, and to do that I'm going to add a new layer right above the background color layer. So I add a new layer here, and with my brush tool I'm going to make sure that my hardness is all the way up to 100%, and I'm going to scale down my brush tool a bit. So let's see what we get here. I'll scale it down to maybe about 500 right now. We might have to scale down a bit more, but to do this effect initially I'm going to just leave it at 500. So I'll click once and we'll have this circle here, and I'm going to select my eraser tool, and now I'm going to bring my hardness all the way down to 0. So when we used our brush tool, we had our hardness all the way up to 100, but with using the eraser tool we want to bring down our hardness to 0. And I'm going to scale my size down a bit on my eraser tool, scale down a bit more, and I'm just going to begin erasing along the bottom here until we have something like this here. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to double click on this layer where I have this circle to bring up my blending options. I'm going to select gradient overlay, and in your gradient color you want to select violet and orange. You'll click OK and bring down your opacity to 40%. When you initially do it you might have a more vibrant type of orange color, so when you bring down your opacity to 40% you'll get something similar to this effect here. I'll click OK. We're going to duplicate this 2 times. So on my layer with the circle icon here, I'm going to press Ctrl J and once more Ctrl J, and we're just going to move this over. I'm going to scale this one down a bit. So I have something like that there. I'll select OK. I'm going to take this one. I didn't mean to move that one in the background there. I'll select one here. We're going to bring this right about here. And the very last one, I'm going to bring that up a bit and scale it down. Control T and scale it down a bit. And there you go, guys. You have completed the dual tone effect. If you're new to our channel, please be sure to click on the subscribe button. If you enjoyed this video, please like and share it. We're always looking for new content to upload, so if you have any ideas or would like us to upload a particular tutorial, please let us know in the comment sections below. Until next time.